So it's cool to get to spend some time in the gym with you and just kind of, see what your training regimen's like. What's, what the one does to get ready for fights. I know it's a bit. You've got a fight tomorrow, so you don't want to go too hard. And I'm glad because then you won't hurt me too much.
I could never hurt you, Bret.
Yeah. So, I mean, when did you start fighting? How long ago was it that you started fighting?
Well, I started fighting only a few years ago. My first professional fight was April 1st, 2006. So I haven't been doing
it. Really that recently ago? I didn't realise that.
2000, yeah. I've only been, that's what a lot of people don't, so I think I've been doing it for years. And I only trained a year before then.
Yeah.
And my first 4 fights, no lie, I trained once a week. Only once a week, no running, no cardio, just trained at the gym, rolling, wrestling, and then got in and fought. Just once a week.
And you just smashed it?
Yeah, well I had a good run because I used to be a middleweight and I went like 10-0 as a middleweight.
Yeah. And so what sort of kind of got you into fighting to begin with?
Well, as most people know, I come from a Roman gypsy background, and I've been brought up around fighting.
Yeah, of course.
And I've seen a lot of fights, and I've been brought up, and that's what. Not that I've seen the sport, I just fell in love with the sport.
Yeah.
I love MMA.
A lot of your fights, I guess most of your fights, have been sort of here in and around the UK, and
yeah.
I mean, I think not just because we're friends, but I think that you're definitely the top middleweight in the country, or welterweight rather, in the country. And they keep putting guys in front of you, you keep taking them apart, and they put them in front of you too. So your fight coming up tomorrow, this guy's a little bit different than some of the other guys that you've fought before. So I mean, what are you thinking as far as your preparation for this fight, as far as getting ready to go in and actually take it to him?
Well, the preparation's been the same. I've got a good camp around me, Tsunami Gym, Crown Fight Centre, really good camp around me, and I've just been doing what I do. I train every aspect, as you know, mixed martial arts, so I train everything. But this opponent is good, he's well rounded. But I think I've got the tools to beat him.
Yeah.
And I think I fought better strikers, better wrestlers, and better ground guys. But he's like an all-rounder.
Yeah.
So he's good in every area. But I think I'm better in every area.
Well, recently you had a really good result on a ground game, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that. What was that?
Oh, I done it on a. I got invited to do a tournament, no-gi tournament, to represent MMA. All these high-level black belts and purple belts. There's a couple of purple, but mostly brown and black. And I got invited, and I forgot all about it. I fought a few weeks before, Dean Amazinga.
Yeah.
And then after I beat him, I took time off and just was eating. And then I forgot about the tournament, so it come up, and then I had to go long, out of shape. Not making any excuses, went out of shape, but I drawed Andy Roberts in the first round of black belt. Just received his black belt from Hodger Gracie, which everyone knows the Gracies. You get a black belt off Hodger and that, who's considered the best grappler now, like in MMA.
Yeah.
And I drawed him, and of course I don't have any belts in jiu-jitsu. I can count how many times I put a gi on one hand, like I said, 3 times at the most.
Yeah.
And so I drawed him, went in there, and I ended up Kimuring him in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a shock because everyone was jumping and screaming.
Like Kimura heard around the world, wasn't it?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got a lot of publicity, so and it went well.
Yeah.
Of course, if it was in a gi, it might have been different, but
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, and it went really well.
Yeah. Cool. Good. So today I wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit and go through maybe some of your training routines, and then maybe some of the sort of more exotic MMA moves. We watched that movie Never Back Down to the Beatdown. So maybe you can show me a couple moves.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So boxing has been around for years and years and years. MMA is a relatively new sport, and the equipment's a bit different, isn't it, John? Yeah. So we've got here. I've had John put on one MMA glove and one boxing glove just to sort of illustrate the difference. You can hold them out like this. So this is a 16-ounce boxing glove, lots of nice padding, curled knuckles, and the idea behind a boxing glove is you've got a blunt instrument to hit somebody with. Boxing happens all on your feet, and it's all about your hand and footwork. MMA, however, is a bit of a different animal. So an MMA glove, first thing I notice is they're much smaller, 4 ounces these gloves. I'd much rather, if I had to get hit by John, get hit by this one than this one. As you look at the inside, open palm, open thumb, and all the fingers are open. That's because MMA has a grappling element as well. So not only are you worried about punching and striking on your feet, but you're also worried about what happens when the fight goes to the ground. So in the last segment, we talked a little bit about takedowns, and John showed how to do a fireman's carry. In this segment, we're going to look a little bit at what's the ground game like, and what does grappling for MMA look like. And John, that's one of your strong suits, and you're pretty well known in the UK for your ground game. So we'll go to that and show you why these gloves are designed the way they are compared to boxing gloves.
And today I'm going to show the fireman's carry, one of my personal favourites. And it goes something like this. First thing I'm looking for is a nice overhook here. Now I'm going to try and get Bret to step into me. I don't want him going away, because if he's going away, it's hard to go in. So I've got to try and make him step. Now as he steps, I'm going to drop onto my lead knee, nice and low, and hit a high crutch with the opposite hand, here, nice and high. With this hand, I'm going to go nice and tight here, so I'm pulling him down. And all I'm going to do then is turn on this hip, and should go over. So from here to here to here. Now from here, you have a lot of options. My favourite, of course, is an armbar. All I'm going to do, turn in the armpit, here, extend. That's a fireman's carry to an armbar.
Once again, I can't stress enough the importance of safety where this is concerned. We're all gloved up, got my mouthpiece in now, so it's a bit hard to understand me. What we're about to show is a bit more of an aggressive technique. So again, do not do this stuff at home. Don't try this at home. Make sure you're under the supervision of a qualified fighter or a qualified MMA instructor.
Right. As we all know, MMA fight hits the ground, and of course, Bret's going to show you've got a closed guard. And one of the preferred techniques to open the guard is to strike. It's called G&P, as we call it, ground and pound. So from here, bicep control, nice and tight on the bicep, nice and tight. And then all I'm going to do, pop up from my shots. Boom. Elbows, any sort of punching in here, body shots, even knee here, till he opens his guard. And once the guard opens, I'm going to push down with my hand, knee over, and all I'm going to do is skip to side control. Now, most important thing about side control is a nice deep underhook. I'm going to turn, strike a bit, open Bret up. As he's defending, I'm going to go knee on belly to mount. Now, everyone knows from mount, he's in a bad position. I have gravity on my side, so my strikes are going to be more damaging. This is one of the worst positions you can get in MMA, and there's loads of stuff you can do from here, submissions, strikes, but more aggressive, I like to strike, so I'm going to rain down. He's defending, push his elbow to one side, strike again, here. And that's a G&P.
So we've been over a couple of techniques today. This time we're going to go over some submissions from the bottom. But once again, I can't stress enough, safety. Remember, John is a professional fighter. I've come here under his guidance. Don't try this at home. Don't do this without professional supervision. If you want to get into MMA, that's great. Go find a qualified MMA instructor at a qualified gym. So in the movie Never Back Down, when it gets to the final fight scene, the final tournament, the DJ who happens to be in the movie is played by a guy called Eddie Bravo. And Eddie Bravo is a jiu-jitsu master. He does what's called 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu. So he's essentially taken traditional jiu-jitsu, put his spin on it, and I think made it very, very effective for in the cage, and particularly very effective for in the movie. So we're going to go over some of Eddie Bravo's techniques. Eddie tends to give unique names to various moves to kind of help you remember them. So, and John knows quite a bit about 10th Planet and quite a bit of Eddie Bravo's jiu-jitsu. So, what do you got for us, John?
Right, for me again, closed guard, basic. My opponent's going to start striking. Boom. So I'm going to pull him down with my legs. Now from here, I'm going to go to what is called mission control in the Eddie Bravo system, which is bring the leg up here, and this is mission control. Now, the guy's arm is on my chest. Now, I'm going to zombie the arm. Come in, zombie, get it to the mat. Now, as it's to the mat, I'm going to go to a move what is called chill dog. From here, I'm going to push here. Now, this is called chill dog. I'm hanging out. Lots of moves from here, but the one in particular, we're going to go under the chin, grab the foot, push up, and this is called a go-go platter. As you can see, very effective.
Not very comfortable at all. That was a horrible move. This is Bret Freeman for MSN. Thanks to John Maguire. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope that this has given you a little bit of insight into the world of MMA, into the world of Never Back Down 2. See you next time.